You know how some people just cannot let go of old grudges? Well, when it comes to Solange and Jay-Z, the feud isn't just alive, it's explosive. And this time she's not throwing kicks in an elevator. Oh no, this time she's dropping straight-up truth bombs that could wreck the carefully polished empire Jay-Z has been building for decades. Solange has just exposed something so wild, so scandalous that even longtime fans are gasping. Forget the tabloids, forget the whispers. This is coming straight from Beyoncé's fiery little sister. And what she's pulling into the spotlight? Jay-Z's alleged hidden family. Not rumors, not some recycled gossip. Solange just ripped the mask off and tossed it into flames. And you know what? If Solange is out here screaming it, you better believe it's not something to brush off. Let's break this down because the tea is scalding. Enter Letitia Mercer. This woman isn't playing coy. She isn't hinting. She straight up claims to be Jay-Z's daughter. Not maybe, not possibly. She says, yes, I am his child, period. And here's the kicker, she's got receipts. Letitia says she took an ancestry DNA test that showed a 99% match. And after being brushed aside for years, she finally went public, declaring she's done being quiet. She revealed her mom did try to reach out to Jay decades ago, but lawyers laughed her off. Record labels ignored her. People treated her like she was some attention seeker. But she wasn't lying and she wasn't backing down anymore. Adding fuel to the fire, one of her mom's old friends backed up her entire story. This friend says she was there. She remembers introducing Jay-Z and Letitia's mother. She remembers the night, the drinks, the card games. She even remembers the exact apartment where everything went down. And she swears that what Letitia is saying is 100% true. But when they tried reaching Jay's label, the response was cold. Do you know how many women claim Jay-Z is their baby daddy? And just like that, the door slammed shut. Sound familiar? That's because it's not the first time Jay-Z's paternity has been dragged into the spotlight. Now let's rewind about 15 years and talk about Reimer Satterthwaite. His name has been orbiting Jay-Z's world for over a decade. This young man has spent years in and out of courts, desperately trying to get Jay-Z to take a DNA test. And every single time, Jay-Z has dodged it like his life depended on it. It even got to the point where a judge finally ordered Jay-Z to give his DNA. But right when the test was about to happen, suddenly Reimer dropped the case. Just like that. No explanation, no closure, nothing. And of course, whispers immediately spread. Did Jay-Z's legal team step in? Did they quietly make it go away behind the scenes? Fans thought it smelled shady. And guess what? Solange thought the exact same thing. See, Solange isn't just angry because Jay-Z allegedly has secret children. She's furious because this entire mess feels like history repeating itself. Remember Beyoncé and Solange's father, Matthew Knowles? The man who tore their family apart with cheating scandals? He fathered not one, but 2 kids outside of his marriage to Tina Knowles. Tina tried forgiving him. She gave him another chance. And what did he do? Had another baby with a different woman? That betrayal didn't just hurt Tina. It scarred Solange and Beyoncé too. So now, watching Jay-Z allegedly follow the same destructive path, Solange isn't just seeing infidelity, she's seeing trauma, she's seeing betrayal replaying all over again, and she's determined to protect her sister from enduring the same heartbreak their mother did. That's why she's loud, that's why she's aggressive, that's why she's not holding back. Because to her, this isn't just messy celebrity gossip, it's personal. On the outside, Jay-Z is untouchable. He's the billionaire mogul, the family man, the cultural icon who built an empire with his wife, Beyoncé. He's the guy everyone points to as the blueprint of success. But Solange is ripping that clean image apart brick by brick. Because underneath the suits, the billion-dollar gaze, and the glamorous red carpets, there's a pile of secrets that Jay-Z has allegedly spent decades burying. And now, those secrets are crawling out of the shadows. Just when you think the scandal couldn't get messier, in comes Olivia McFall. Now, Olivia doesn't claim to be one of Jay-Z's children, but her story, still scandalous enough to make jaws drop. According to Olivia, Jay-Z tried to hit on her while he was still married to Beyoncé. And here's the kicker. He didn't even approach her himself at first. He sent his bodyguard to go fetch her number, like she was some background plaything. But Olivia wasn't having it. She said no. She wasn't about to be one more name in his hidden roster. But guess what? Jay-Z didn't take rejection well. A few weeks later, Olivia and Jay crossed paths again in Miami. And this time, Jay tried to work his charm personally. Just him and Olivia in some quiet corner trying to keep it low-key. But the night didn't stay quiet for long, because Solange showed up. And according to Olivia, Solange came in hot. Not a word, not a warning. Just pure fire in her eyes. Olivia said she felt the heat instantly and backed off. She wasn't about to get laid out by Beyoncé's little sister. And honestly, she probably wasn't wrong because Solange isn't the type to bluff. She doesn't do empty threats. She acts. Olivia said that one look from Solange told her everything she needed to know. And that's when she walked away from Jay for good. See, Solange doesn't just act like Beyoncé's younger sister. She acts like her shield, her protector, her bodyguard. She's always been that person who steps in when Beyoncé won't or can't. And if Solange senses anyone, whether it's a random girl or even Jay-Z himself trying to hurt her sister, she doesn't hesitate. She steps in. That's what makes this situation even more explosive. Because Solange isn't just angry, she's ready to fight. And now that these whispers of secret children and hidden affairs are getting louder, she's not staying in the shadows anymore. She's dragging the whole truth out into the light. At this point, people aren't even asking if Jay-Z has skeletons in his closet. They're asking how many closets he's hiding. Multiple women have hinted at secret children. Multiple names keep popping up in whispers. Some stories have been silent for years. Others are just surfacing now, but the pattern is impossible to ignore. This isn't just about one affair or one slip-up. This is a trail, a history. And for Solange, it's déjà vu. Let's go back to where it all started, Matthew Knowles. Beyoncé and Solange's father wasn't just a dad. He was also the blueprint for betrayal in their family. He had outside kids. He lied. He broke their mother's heart. First, there was Nixon, the child he fathered with Alexandra Wright. Tina Knowles tried to forgive him. She tried to hold her family together, but then came another child, this time with Takoya Branscombe, and that was the final straw. Tina filed for divorce, and the perfect family image shattered. For Beyoncé, it meant silence and endurance. But for Solange, it meant fire. She carried that wound, that betrayal, like a scar. So when she looks at Jay-Z now, when she sees his name tied to woman after woman, lawsuit after lawsuit, she doesn't just see infidelity, she sees her past. She sees her mother's pain. She sees the way her family crumbled. And she refuses to let Beyoncé go through the same thing. Now let's circle back to the name that just won't disappear, Rymir Satterthwaite. This man has been trying to get Jay-Z to acknowledge him since he was a teenager. He claims his mother had a fling with Jay before the fame really hit, and that he's the result. For over a decade, he's begged for a DNA test, and for over a decade, Jay-Z has dodged it like it's a bullet. A judge once even ordered Jay-Z to finally take the test. It should have been the moment of truth, but just before it was supposed to happen, Rymir suddenly dropped the case. No press conference, no explanation, just silence. And for a lot of people, including Solange, that silence spoke louder than words. Fans immediately speculated, did Jay-Z's lawyers step in? Did money, influence, or pressure make Rymir back off? The whole thing reeked of backroom deals and buried evidence. To Solange, it wasn't just shady, it was infuriating. For her, this isn't some tabloid headline. This is generational trauma on repeat. First, it was her own father, Matthew Knowles, who shattered their family with secret children. Now it looks like Jay-Z, the man married to her sister, is allegedly walking that same path. Imagine living through that pain once, only to watch it all unfold again. That's why Solange's anger is volcanic. She's not going to sit back quietly. That infamous elevator fight, it wasn't just a random burst of rage. It was years of resentment, years of watching her sister get played, years of bottled up fury finally exploding. And with these new allegations about secret kids and silenced lawsuits, it's like gasoline thrown on an already burning fire. Here's the thing. Jay-Z isn't just any celebrity. He's powerful. He has the kind of money, influence, and legal team that can crush scandals before they ever see daylight. Whispers say he's used NDAs, quiet payoffs, and legal threats to shut down more than one paternity story before it ever hit the headlines. While none of that is officially proven, the rumors alone are enough to keep fans suspicious. And now people are asking how many stories have been buried, how many voices silenced, how many children grew up fatherless while Jay built his billion-dollar empire. Because at this point, it's no longer just about whether he cheated. It's about legacy. A legacy built not just on music and business deals, but on secrets, cover-ups, and unanswered questions. The one thing Jay-Z doesn't have, Solange's silence. She's not scared of his lawyers. She's not scared of his money. She's not even scared of the backlash. And now that she's speaking up, more people are starting to listen. The louder she gets, the harder it becomes for Jay-Z to hide. Because once women start talking, once alleged daughters start demanding answers, once the dots start connecting, there's no PR spin in the world that can bury it all. The most heartbreaking part of all this? The way it mirrors Beyoncé and Solange's past. When Matthew Knowles' secret children came to light, it destroyed their picture-perfect family. Beyoncé stayed silent, but Solange carried the rage. She saw firsthand how betrayal could tear everything apart. And now, with Jay-Z's name tied to secret children, lawsuits, and silent stories, she sees the cycle repeating itself. She sees Beyoncé being forced to swallow the same kind of pain their mother once did. She sees history threatening to repeat in the most brutal way possible. And that's why she's fighting so loudly. Because for Solange, this isn't just about protecting Beyoncé's marriage. It's about protecting her sister's soul. And let's be real, the streets aren't staying quiet either. The whispers aren't just about Letitia and Rymir anymore. More names keep surfacing. More women hint that they too have children fathered by Jay-Z. Some have been silenced for years. Others are only now finding the courage to speak. But the stories keep stacking up like dominoes. And the picture they paint isn't flattering. Jay-Z's empire might be glittering on the outside, but behind the scenes, it looks more like a house of cards. At the end of the day, this isn't just about affairs, side relationships, or secret DNA tests. It's about what kind of man Jay-Z really is behind the billionaire mask. Is he the family man he presents to the world? Or is he another Matthew Knowles, building a dynasty on betrayal, leaving a trail of broken families in his wake? For Solange, the answer seems clear, and she's not afraid to say it out loud, because if Jay-Z's legacy is truly built on half-truths and buried names, then sooner or later, it will all collapse. And Solange? She'll be standing there, unshaken, reminding everyone that she called it from the start. Jay-Z might have the lawyers. He might have the money. He might even have the ability to shut down lawsuits and bury stories. But what he doesn't have? Control over Solange. And now that she's speaking, the The truth is spreading faster than his team can cover it. The world is listening, and Jay-Z's carefully built empire, it's shaking under the weight of secrets that refuse to stay buried. Because sometimes silence doesn't protect you, it destroys you. And with Solange pouring gasoline on the fire, Jay-Z may have just entered a scandal that not even his billions can fix.